Like if I touch a McDonald's burger right now, oh, forget it. I'm going to be like off the wall for like the next 20, 24, 48 hours, maybe even 3 days. But when I
Yeah.
eat a nice greasy burger that I know is that it has chuck sirloin and it's really made in such a way that once it comes off the pan, I know that although it was medium rare, it's gonna finish cooking once it arrives to me. I'd rather go through that proper process. I forgot who was it that said it. It was that chef that likes Gordon Ramsay, the one that likes to
Hmm.
scream at people.
Oh yeah.
Someone was trying to complain to him like, I had a beef at your restaurant that was so awful, and he said, okay, you said you had a bad experience with this. And he said, yes, yes, I asked for it well done. And he said, okay, you expect me to believe that you had an awful experience with a piece of beef that was well done. He said, first off, no one in their right mind is going to go into a restaurant for the highest quality beef and have it well done.
Hmm.
Because by the time it comes to you, you have no more flavor. There is absolutely no chewability in that meat. It is now just dense meat with no flavor. Doesn't matter how much sable salt you put on it. And he's like, okay, this conversation is over. I'm like, I'm done. And it's so true. No one goes for the beef that's well done. And the reason why I mentioned that is because when you go to places like Wendy's or McDonald's, they always have thin slices of burger that there's no way you can have it medium rare. Otherwise, you're just going to be eating raw meat because it's so thin.
Mm. Yeah, it's one size fits all. There's no choice. Yeah.
Now, with the Whoppers that you talking about, with some Dr. Pepper, I know what you're talking about. I'm thinking back like the Whoppers from like the last time I had a decent Whopper was 2004. Anything that I've ever had after that, I still haven't had a proper Whopper. It's a totally different formula that they use, or totally different ingredients. It's a different animal. Even the way
Hmm.
their burgers look, the bread looks with the burger all put together, it is not the same.
Yeah.
No,
There's no presentation. Yeah.
I had to teach myself to let go of that and graduate to some proper burgers. Instead of eating burgers like that 2 or 3 times a month, I'd rather go to a place that is going to cost for 20, 25, $30, and I only do it once a month. And it actually comes out cheaper.
Right. 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 To eat well-made meal.
Word
Well-made
up.
meal with well and good ingredients, quality ingredients for sure. Yeah. But yeah, so your body kind of tells you, like, once you start cleaning it out, all the junk kind of tells you, hey, I know you remember this, but this is the truth. Like, bam, and then it hits you, or you get a headache, or you just don't feel good. Or the last time I went to McDonald's, no lie, I wanted so much the filet fish with the melted cheese and whole bit, and it looked so beautiful, right? Because I opened it up, or maybe it was just me. It's been a while, right? So it was like a few months ago, and I was like, wow, yay, we got the. Because did you know that they don't give you the filet fish at night? Like, if it's late,
Oh,
if it's after 9:30 or something, or 10.
that's weird.
I was like, since when? Like, what are you talking about? So it was getting close to dinner time or something, or it was late, and me and Justin are in the car, right? And we were coming back from the park, and I was like, man, we took longer than expected, right? And I was like, how about we just stop by drive through? I could really go for those fish sandwiches before it gets too late, or they tell me whatever. No inventes, okay? It's 7:30. Give me my sandwich. It was so good, but I couldn't eat. Me sentí like empachada, like full, where I should be hungry and I wasn't. And it almost took like a full day to feel like I didn't have that aftertaste. I didn't have that feeling like the meal was still here, like it wasn't digesting or something, you know?
Mhm.
I didn't feel sick, but I just felt like I just ate. 12 hours passed and I felt like I just ate, but I didn't. I didn't eat anything. It was that meal, it was just there. So yeah,
Wow.
I can't digest fast food like I used to, apparently. Not just Burger King, but I other things, and I'm just like, damn. I
Well,
remember.
there's a good explanation for that. The way we digest food when we're younger, and when I talk about younger, I mean between the ages of like I'm not even talking about my the early 20s, between 25 and 35. Like that's the cutoff. After that, the digestive system becomes so lazy. No
What?
one is
Yeah.
exempt to this thing. Before that, you can eat crap food and expect yourself to dump it out within 2 or 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now that thing just stays to your system. It's like chewing bubble gum and then swallowing it over and over and over. It's just gonna sit there. It's not gonna move anywhere, but just stick to your intestines.
Yeah.
And that's the dangerous part of about fast food is that the fact that it's made in such a crappy environment. It's not just the crappy product that they're using, but the environment. There's so much chemicals. There's so much standards to keeping the space clean. All those chemicals wind up in your food anyway.
Oh
If you
man.
think about it, when you receive your food, the first thing you smell, you don't even smell the burger first. I smell the the cleaning products on the bag. And for many years, I would smell it, and I'm like, what a turnoff. So I
Mm.
used to try to go to places that wasn't happening as much. But even when those places, it's actually the very last Burger King that I went to. I used to go there because their bags didn't smell like if somebody just sprayed a half a bottle of Lysol on the bag. No, yeah,
Yuck.
exactly. Not very appetizing.
Gross. Mm-mm.
So that place, Tora and I, we used to go. We had no reaction. Any other place that we went to, forget it. We just couldn't even bother finishing. But after that place started becoming the same, and wasn't just me, even Victoria, as young as she is, she said, "I don't want to eat this. It doesn't taste right. It doesn't feel good."
Mm.
So I just totally stopped, and I stuck to my rule that if I'm gonna eat crap, I'd rather eat high quality crap because at least I know that it's gonna go the same way it came in is the same was gonna go out in a few hours. Well, that's how you know that you're eating high quality food. In about two,
You know
three
what I
hours, it goes
consider
back out.
like high quality, like fast food, like diner food. Like for me,
Mm,
like I could enjoy like back in the day, steak fries and lots of ketchup and a nice burger or whatever was there. Now I'm like, no, now things, like as we get older and then we just like want to kind of just stick to like my through and true stuff and try to make stuff at home. But um I do like barbecues and I do like all that stuff. And I wish we had a brisket place or like a seafood boil place or something like that, or I could just kind of like go learn about that kind of food, you know, like what's my new favorite? Like back in the day, I liked fast food and pizza and all that stuff, but what's my new favorite now? That I
yeah.
can go and eat somewhere, but I haven't found it. I do miss the feeling. I remember enjoying those salty fries and the Frosties and the Wendy's and the Mickey D's and the nuggets with the barbecue. Like I miss that sometimes. Like I remember the joy I had of like dunking it and eating it and ordering a strawberry shake or the little sundae or
Mhm.
the Big Mac, and I would like take out the middle bun and like roll it up and eat it, and then the rest would look like a regular sandwich and eat like I got creative. I'd stick the fries in the like man, I miss that and I
Yeah,
would
fries and
gravitate
milkshake
towards
is dangerous.
I
This is-
can't do that now. Yeah, I miss that.
it's a great
I used to.
combination.
How happened?
The fries and milkshake is a great combination.
Yeah, so just dipping it in the frosty. Um, the I love that. Or the McFlurries. The fries would dip it in the McFlurry.
Yeah, but it's I'm at the point that I'm trying to take it back to the rudiments because I do remember a time both in my 20s and in my teen years when I used to have my weight under control. It was because of the fact that I used to keep this mentality of if food is the most exciting part of my day, I need to do something different.
Yeah, 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 for sure. And that's what I used to tell my, my family is like very much into like food and blah blah. And they'd be like, "Come and eat." I'm like, "I'm not hungry." They're like, "Come and eat. Everybody's here. Like, we're all gonna eat." I was like, "I don't give a shit." Like, I'm in my head. Can't say that out loud. I'm like, who cares? Why do we have to eat? I'm not even hungry. Stop force feeding me. But not only that, they would serve you a big ass portion on top of you not wanting to eat. And you're just like, Lord, can I just serve myself?
The
Leave me
guilt.
alone. My stomach is not your stomach. I'm not hungry, you know? And I was just like enjoying life, but I didn't want anything to do with food. I don't care about the food. I want food when I want it because that's when I enjoy it,
Mm.
not when you want it and you want to give it to me. Like I was really ungrateful, really ungrateful. Um, and then I got conditioned, and then I was like, "It's not bad. This is good. Who's cooking? Grandma's cooking." Yes, that's when things really went down south when grandma started cooking. I'm like, oh, yes, I'll have some. I'll have some more. It's like that was like game over after that.
There was a 3-year period that your parents thought that I had an issue with them because I would never sit at the dinner table if it was past 5 p.m.
Oh, don't have ideas. Yeah.
Man, those 3 years, they would sit in the kitchen for about an hour, hour and a half. Because you know how they do? They have the dinner. After the dinner's done, they sit there for like an hour, hour and a half. And they used to feel like, why isn't that he's not participating? But they wouldn't say nothing because afterwards they would come to the living room and then we would talk. Because I learned, like, I can't keep eating like this. I need to take a break from all of this. I'm not going to
Yeah.
starve myself for every time I come to eat in this dinner table. That's when I'm going to eat because it's still past 5 p.m. And at that
Hmm.
time, I was disciplined to go to sleep like 9:30, 10 o'clock at that time.
And then you have to stop eating at least 2 or 3 hours before bed. So
Yeah.
that's a good, yeah. So
But
how did you do it? You just kind of like said, you know what, not today, Satan. I'm not gonna eat.
yeah. I mean,
I'm
whenever
gonna
we
sit right
go,
here.
and that time we used to go to over there a lot. So I go to the living room and I just wait for them to come. But eventually, my wife finally told me, like, look, my parents feel offended that you never come to the dinner table. They think you don't like it. And I'm like, really? These 3 years, they think I don't like
Wow.
them? And I told them, like, no, that's not it. Well, I explained to her, and then she was like, no, but, you should at least try to sit and eat. And I said, you know what? Let me have a talk with them. So then I spoke to both of them. Your dad understood. He was like, okay, well, if this is how you're gonna eat, I didn't know because in our culture, this is what we do. And I told him, well, this is what we do in our culture too. But I also have to realize that I'm going into my 30s right now, and going into my 30s, if I don't take care of how I eat now,
Amen.
I'll do irreparable damage. And I'm not gonna
Yes.
try to play catch up in my mid 30s to try to deal with what happens after the heart attack.
Pa complacer tampoco. I
Yeah,
get you.
and he
What's the
immediately
word in
understood.
English? Pa complacer.
Oh, to please. Yeah.
To please. For real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he totally
I'm
understood.
ESL today. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
But your mama, when she heard that, she was like, "Okay, well, if that's what you want to do, and you know exactly what that means."
I know what that means. No me joda, baby. Not today. Okay?
You know exactly what that.
I rebuked
No.
the lasso. It's not working on me. Yes. Don't even.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it took. I swear to you, only about like 4 years ago is when your mom finally understood. Oh, I understand. It's because you're controlling how you eat to take care of your
You know
health.
why?
So sometimes you have to
know.
forgive people for that too, because I'm not going to say that your mom is wrong for that because it's also a way of her showing her affection through her food.